How many of you have seen someone who has gotten a level of accomplishment either in their career, their finances, and you admire them so much you wish you can be like them? You've even caught yourself saying, God, when, or in our local language, God, am I a spawn? And I'm not talking about people who came into wealth, into money, or have some sort of advantage and everything is already soft for them. No, I'm talking about people who started with little or nothing. Some of the people you admire today are people who started from nothing and they decided that their life is not going to continue like this and they decided to do something about it. I know this because I'm one of them. I remember when I looked at my finances and it felt like I was running on treadmill. You know how treadmill can be. You're making progress, seemingly progress, speed, you're counting steps, you're busy, you're tired, but you're not moving from one place. Busy, tired, I had a job, had qualifications, but I wasn't where I wanted to be. And I had a choice, either to keep blaming the economy, waiting for something to happen, or decided that things are going to change, and that is what I decided to do. And what I'm going to share with you today are things I did and things I still do. Watch till the end because number 5 is going to shock you. This is something you may not agree with me on. It is still the truth nonetheless. Where you are right now as a result of effort you've put in the past. They are a result of seeds that you have sown in the past, either consciously or unconsciously, either intentionally or unintentionally. If you don't like your life, change it. I know that may sound funny, but what I mean is this: if you don't like how things are right now, you have the responsibility and the power to change it. And let me speak to some believers here. We have put so much responsibility on God, so much so that when something happens, we just relax and say, maybe this is how God wants it. What if God is actually waiting for you to do something about it? But well, I'm not here to preach. If you're new here, my name is Doinsola Toye. I'm a certified chartered accountant and a personal finance educator. On this channel, we'll talk about building real wealth practically, intentionally, and in a way that actually makes sense. So if you're new here, don't forget to click on that subscribe button. You're welcome. See, until you come to certain realizations, you will not know that you're not living your best life. And if you don't do something about it, nothing else will change and no one else is going to do it for you because you are completely responsible for your life. I know you may think, oh, this is not the usual finance video, and you may be tempted to close the video and move on to something else. But let me tell you the truth. The truth you will hear in this video is going to change your life if you actually pay attention and actually do it. I'm not here to sugarcoat things for you. I'm not here to do motivational speaking or anything. I'm here to share truths that will change your life. So if I was starting from zero, this is the first thing I would do. Number 1 is to decide exactly what I want in life. So I want to ask you now, what exactly do you want in life or from life? Sincerely, so many of us, we don't know. We look at other people's life, we copy what they are doing, we copy what they want. We are chasing other people's dreams, we are chasing other people's ambitions, and sometimes we wonder why things are not working. So you want to sit down and ask yourself, what exactly do I want in life? Take a sheet of paper, write it down. You might have to go somewhere quiet, pray about it, journal it away from the noise, the voice of social media, and even society, and ask yourself, what exactly do I want in life? And if you're a believer, this changes to, what exactly does God want for me? What exactly does God want me to do? This is not about trial and error, because many of us, we have been living life on trial and error. If I ask 10 people now, what do you want? Maybe 1 or 2% will be able to say it with all certainty, what they want in life and what they want from life. You have to figure this out before you move on. Because if you don't, you just keep running in circles. We'll just be making progress here and there without actually scratching the surface. Now that you figured out what you want, number 2 is to determine the price you have to pay and the price you're going to pay to get to have the things you want. Notice I say the price you have to pay and the price you're going to pay. There is a price for success. But the question is, are you willing to pay the price? If you want to be a successful content creator, what price do you have to pay? If you want to be a successful teacher, what price do you have to pay? If you want to be the biggest name in finance, in tech, in fashion, in accounting, in whatever industry, what price do you have to pay? This is not about wishful thinking. If you've said to yourself, I want to be the biggest name in whatever industry, you need to determine the price you have to pay. Look at the top people in the field you want to enter or the field that you're playing in, and you ask yourself, what price are they paying? Legitimate price, please. So let's be guided. You get that right. I will tell you what price I paid. I spent money on courses and certifications even when I didn't have much. I was showing up consistently even when no one was watching. I spent time and money on learning and reading books. The price was real and so were the results. But let me tell you something. When you start on this journey, you're going to be discouraged a lot of times. Results will discourage you because that one day like mad. You put in so much effort and you will get little result. But please don't give up. People are going to discourage you, friends, families, they may not even believe in you, and certain factors are going to discourage you. But you have to remain focused and not be tempted to give up. And that brings me to the third point: resolve to pay the price. Your resolve must really be strong, must be rigid, not to pay half price, not to pay part of the price, but to pay the full price. Because when you start negotiating your commitment, when you start saying, I will do this later, when you start procrastinating, let me just give the barest minimum, you would not get the result that you expect. But you have to be dogged in your approach. You have to show up even on days that you don't feel like it. There are days, I mean weeks, that I don't feel like it. But I just have to show up because there is a goal. Because I have decided what I wanted. If I don't know what I wanted, I will just play to what my body wants to do at a particular time. And that is why you have to decide what you want when you know the price you have to pay, and your resolve must really be strong. If this video is challenging you so far and you're learning something, please like the video. This tells YouTube that more people need to see this video, and you will agree with me that many more people need to see this video. Please like, and if you haven't subscribed yet, do that immediately before you continue. Thank you. Number 4 is self-discipline. You see this one. If you're not disciplined, you will not follow through on a number of things that you have to do. You will give in to tiredness, procrastination, laziness, lack of self-control. But you have to build systems and routines in place that will ensure that even on days that you don't feel like it, even on days that you are discouraged, even on days that you don't want to show up, that discipline is there for you to show up consistently. If you're always waiting to be motivated, trust me, you will not do anything. You will not achieve anything in life if you're always waiting to feel like it. Motivations will come, it will go. Feelings are fickle, right? If you always respond to your feelings, you will never achieve anything in life. You have to go beyond what your body is feeling to what you actually need to do. If you have decided what you want, you know the price you have to pay, you are resolved to pay the price, you are not disciplined enough. There are times that you have to encourage yourself, just like David encouraged himself in the Lord. You have to encourage yourself, not waiting for someone to tell you something sweet, but because you know where you are going. You have to hold yourself accountable to systems and routines you have put in place, even on days, weeks, and months that is not convenient. You just have to determine to show up. Number 5, take responsibility. You are completely responsible for your life. Everything that happens or will happen in the future. You can't blame someone else for what happens to you. Not your background, not your past, not your neighbor. Yes, I understand that some of us still have a good background. Perhaps you have a terrible past. But let me tell you something. You can't continue to blame those people, those things, and those situations. It is time for you to move on from whatever it is and take ownership of your life. Stop blaming your parents. Get over the mistake they made. Stop blaming your environment. Stop blaming everyone else but yourself. Blaming is an easy thing to do. When you blame others, what you're saying is that they have control over your life. But when you start accepting responsibility, even for things that weren't your fault, you take back the control and you take ownership of your life. Accept responsibility for everything that happens. Instead of saying, if not for, if I were, perhaps you could have done something about it and it would have gone another way. But see, what has happened has happened. You cannot change the past, but you have control over the present and the future. And you are the one that will determine whether you allow the past to continue to rule your present and your future. It might be terrible, it might be hard. Perhaps you're saying, though, it's not like you can't relate. Maybe I can relate, but you don't have to dwell on the past. If you really want to move forward and break through, you have to let go of the past and move on. There is a glorious future ahead of you. Stop letting the past ruin it. And the last one is, no one is better than you. I know you didn't believe me when I said that. And in your mind, you already called like 5 names of people you think are better than you. So I'll say it again. No one is better than you. What makes you think they are better than you is because they took advantage of certain opportunities you didn't take advantage of. They put more effort into things you didn't put more effort into. The difference between you and the person you admire the most, or the person you think in your head is better than you, is mostly decisions and time. They made certain decisions earlier or consistently than you did. That's it. And you can close that gap, but only if you start now. This is the final bonus I will add, which is watch those that you surround yourself with. There is a saying that show me your friend and I will tell you where you are. But it has been rephrased to show me your friend and I will tell you where you are going. Find people who are doing what you want to do, who are going where you want to go. Community is not a soft thing, it is a strategy. Find your own community. So to summarize, if I was starting from zero, decide exactly what you want. Determine the price you have to pay and are going to pay. Resolve to pay that price fully. Build self-discipline. Take complete responsibility. Know that no one is better than you and be intentional about community. See, this is one thing I know. If you commit to doing this, taking the action, it is not about, oh, this is a nice video, oh, I love this. Don't just watch. It is not the hearer that succeeds, it is the doer. So don't just watch this video and say, oh, this is a beautiful video, I like the way you spoke and all of that. Write down the things that you're going to start doing right from this week. And if you found this video valuable, share it with more people, because you agree with me that a lot of people need to watch this video. We should get this video to maybe 1 million views or even more. Like, comment, share, and if you haven't subscribed yet, do that now before you go, and I'll see you on the next one. The next video is actually very juicy, so make sure you subscribe and turn on post notification. See you in the next one. Bye.